Hello friends, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to solve the problem of print decreasing and increasing. Okay, in this program we will print decreasing first and then increasing pattern. So what is our input? So input n will be like 4. Okay, and what will be output? Output will be, if we are taking n as a 4, so output will be 4 3 2 1 1 2 3 4. Here is a 2 portion, 1 and 2. This one is for decreasing, right? And this one is for increasing. So we will print both at the same time. So what will be our functional body? So one more thing we have to mind, that we don't use any kind of loop, as we are solving these problems in recursion. So we don't need to use any type of loop like while and for and all. So now we will create a functional structure. So function print in decreasing increasing, so pdi of what n, and body start, body end, and then body of function will end here, and then we will call pdi of function of 4. Here we are passing the value of n, so and the body of that particular function will execute, like we will implement these body later. Okay, so now we will focus upon our approaches which we implemented in previous videos. So now we will focus on approaches, how will we solve. So first approach was high level analysis. Okay, in HLA, first one was expectation. So what is our expectation? Expectation is pdi of n, which is pdi of 4. Okay, and what should it print actually? So it should print 4 3 2 1 1 2 3 4, right? So our expectation is this series, and now we'll assume here we will implement the formula of PMI. So what was that? We will assume for n equals to k. Okay, in our PMI formula. So here we will do same like that. So here we will do like a PDI of n minus 1, right? So if we are assuming that PDI of n minus 1, so it will print automatically without any thinking, without any process. So it will print automatically 3 2 1 1 2 3. We only need to assume it, we don't need to think about it more. So we just assume this and that's it. It will print a 3 2 1 1 2 3. And the third point is the relate between expectation and assumption, right? So in assumption, what we are doing, assumption we are just calling pdi n minus 1. Okay, that is pdi of 3. So what will print 3? It will print 3 2 1 1 2 3. Okay, and what we need actually, we need one more step, like n here as well as n, and here as well as n here too. So what will we do? We just print n here, so it will print here 4, and same thing we will repeat here as well. So print n, so n will be what? N will be 4. Now our expected output is this one. So probably we get our raw structure of a program. So what is that? That is a print print n, then pdi, and then print n. So now we will implement the low level approach. That is inside low level approach, the first step was coding implementation. Okay, so here we will write a function pdi, and now passing n as a parameter, and here is we will open the body, and now we will write what? console.log n, and then call pdi of n minus 1. Okay, pdi of n minus 1, and then again console log n. Okay, so here we just wrote this step and this as well as this two. So now we will close the body and call pdi of 4. Here we are passing in the value of n, that is a 4. So now 4 will assign over n. So now we will implement our second step, that is dry run, and you can say find our base case, our breakpoint, our stack implementation. So here we will design a stack. Okay, in this stack, and now we will write here, this one is our first line, this one is the second line, and this one is the third one, and this one is the fourth one. right? So now we will see how it will execute. So when we call first one, so when we pass PDI of 4, it will execute first one, then PDI of 4, it will execute first line, and value of n will be 4, and then it will execute the second line what, n equals to 4. So n equals to 4 will console actually, because we are implementing console.log n. So here we will print 4. So now after second one, it run third line, it will execute third line, then third line will execute what, n minus 1. So n was 4, now n minus 1 will be 3. So here n will be what, 3. It will execute line number 3 as well as 1. So here value of n equals to 3. So now line number 2, it went again line number 1 and then again line number 2, right? So here line number 2, the value of n will be 3. So now it will print 3. So again it will like call line number 3. Line number 3 means PDI of n minus 1. Now PDI n is 3 and n minus 1 will be 2. So here it will call 2, the value of n will be 2. So now it will call again line number 1 and then execute line number 2. So now console log n, so it will print what, it will print 2. So it will print 2, then execute line number 3 again and then call PDI n minus 1, that is 1. So here n value of n will be 1, line number 1 n will be 1. So now in line number 2 it will console actually n equals to 1. So here it will console n equals to 1, okay, and then it will execute line number 3 as well. So it here the PDI of 0 will call. So now the value of n will be 0. But in line number 1 we are required to print from n to 1, not 0. So here this is our breakpoint, our base case, okay. So now we will break our condition here. So we will write here condition as if the value of n will be less than or equals to 0, then return the function, okay. Now this is our whole code which we required. Now here one PDI of 0 will break, and then it will went to here PDI of 1. So here PDI of 1 will call, then what will be the value which we print. So line number 4 will execute here. So it will be like here line number 4 will execute and it will print what, n equals to 1, and then these line will be wipe out, okay, and then it will fall off PDI of 2. So here PDI of 2 called. So when we call a PDI of 2, so it will execute line number 4 again. So value of n, then it will print 2, and again it wipe out. Then it again went down. So now this time it will call PDI of 3 and then execute line number 4, which is this one, line number 4, and then the value of line number 4 will be 3. So it will print 3, and then again it will wipe out and went it down like PDI of 4. Now the value of n will be in line number 4, that is a 4. Now it will print, and our whole stack will be empty, okay. And as we discussed in our previous video, so we have to mind like what, when we in our stack, when we execute the stack or fill the stack, it will execute from bottom to top, right? Whenever we fill the stack and execute from bottom to top, the value which is above of that particular function, the recursion function which is above of that calling function, that is this one, console log n, it will print first, okay, during when we execute from bottom to top, right, bottom to top. But the code which is after the recursion function or calling function, which is this line number 4, will execute after when we went from top to bottom, okay. And when we come from top to bottom, then we will also wipe out all the values from top to bottom, okay. So in this scenario, what happened in this scenario, the line which is after used after calling function will execute. So now it will execute this one. So this is our expected output which we wanted, and now the function which we required, that is this one. So this is our whole function. Now we will implement these functions inside our VS code, and we will see the practical implementation. So here is our print decreasing and increasing function, and this one is our functions body, and now here we called print in decreasing increasing of 4, okay, PDI of 4. So now what will we do here, we will just implement our condition if n is less than or 0, less than or equals to 0, then it will return and otherwise it will console.log what n, and then it will call again print decreasing pdi of n minus 1, which we wrote in line number 3, right? So in our here, like we wrote in line number 3 in our program. So now, and then we will also console.log what, we will console.log now and again. Okay, now we will run this program here, node and decreasing increasing.js. So when we execute this program, now we can see the expected output, that is a 4 3 2 1, right? 1 2 3 4, which was our expected output which we need to print. Now we printed that, right? So this is our whole program which we implemented. So now that's it for this video. We will meet in our next video. Over there we will implement the factorial program using recursion. Okay, so till then, take care and bye bye. I will provide the link for source code of this solution, so you can go through our link which will be in description and get the code, right?